Hello, everyone. It's Vera. Welcome to year two of the PL Pod and year two of my appointment as Poet Laureate for the city of Greater Sudbury. I've been happy in this role in spite of the restrictions this pandemic has placed on all of us. I've been busy promoting our city and its rich cultural population through poetry by connecting with other poets and through workshop settings nationally and internationally. April is Poetry Month, and today I am happy to welcome Kimiko Horne as my guest. Kim lives in St. Catharines, Ontario. She was born in Japan and moved to the UK after finishing her schooling. She emigrated to Canada with her family 57 years ago. She established the Japanese language course at Niagara College and later at Brock University and taught the Japanese language till her retirement. She says she has been enjoying haiku in English and Japanese for nearly 40 years, and she has conducted numerous haiku workshops for schools and the general public. And I had the good fortune to attend one of her workshops not that long ago that was arranged by Haiku Canada. Hi, Kim.
Hello,
How
nice
are
to
you?
be here.
Oh, it's nice to talk to you today. Uh, as I said, this is Poetry Month, and I miss all the events that we usually have during this month. We normally have readings and workshops and, gatherings. And um, what kind of things would you normally be doing in your
Well,
community?
well, this is a city, St. Catherine,
Hmm.
and St. Catherine usually have what they call a Mayor's Poetry Challenge in April to celebrate
Oh, yeah.
Poetry Month. And I don't know who is a judge, but from all the submission, the one winning poet is invited to the regular council meeting to read his or her poem. And myself, for the last several years, have been conducting a hike workshop at the Burlington Central Library, mainly. And not only the teach how to write, actually participant, they compose a haiku at the end, and the library will display their work uh, usually 2 months, April and May. And that's my poetry month, usually.
Hmm. That's actually an interesting idea, and I have not thought of having people write poetry and display it in the library, but that's a really good idea, and I might steal that. um, uh, for the listeners, Kim is the author of In the Mist, a fine collection of haiku with wonderful sumi art added in as part of the reading experience. Kim, in your collection, I enjoyed your creative use of phrases and the way you introduce subtle humor into your writing. And an example of this would be on page 93 of your book when you say, "All the stars have gathered, village festival." I like that. We all think we're stars in our own community. And I thought that was very well done. Uh, do you think haiku is a reflection of the life we live and of our personality? Is that why it's so varied and wide?
Of course, the haiku reflected the poets, the personalities. Well, personality we call it, but based on fact,
Mm.
such as poets' life histories and his environment and so on. So everyone write haiku different way because everyone's life is different. That's
Yeah,
what I think.
yeah. I have noticed that the time I spend writing haiku becomes almost a meditation for me. Do your poems come easily to you? Do you feel that kind of connection?
Yes, lots of people ask me about if I do the meditate and get the idea of the haiku. But in my case, I think a haiku idea comes quite easily in daily life. I just look around, surrounding, and so on. But as I have aged, I've noticed my what they call sensibilities and also the sense of expressions that means the language sense have declined. And I have to try harder to see the object in a fresh way. And sometimes I have to try it several times to find the right word to express what I feel in my heart.
I think that's an interesting look at things, because I think we all get sort of, I don't know, comfortable with the phrases we use. We like to use the same things over and over again. And that's not always good when you're writing things like poetry, because it becomes old hat then. Um, do you write other forms like haibun or chanka?
I used to write tanka when I was young, but somehow I was attracted to the haiku a lot, the more. And I read them, but no, I don't. And the haibun, no, I enjoy it. Particularly if they have a good reading of the haibun. And I collect some recording and I put it on once in a while. But no, I only concentrate on haiku. And even as to me, I took once the lesson, but I found I'm not very good at that visual art part.
I'm no good at art either. I mean, I have zero artistic talent in that way. And it's so frustrating, because I admire it so much and I would like to be able to do it, but I can't. I just don't have the talent. As far as haiku goes and haibun goes, I've tried writing both different forms like tonka and haibun. I like haibun because I have a background in fiction. So I think that's why I enjoy it. And but it's just one of those things. And better to do one thing and do it well than to try do everything and kind of do it mediocrely. Um, well, this time has really gone by fast. I thought we would have plenty to talk about with haiku. Would you like to read a few of your haiku for us?
Well, I didn't know which one to introduce, and I was looking at it, and this was one of my very first one. I wrote it in Japanese. Then one of the Japanese haiku master, he noticed it, and he thought it was quite different from usual Japanese poets, the way they write. And he noticed and put it on one of the magazine. And I was very excited. That's when I started writing the haiku. So I just read it in Japanese first, then get the feeling of the rhythm. Then I tell you what I wrote in English.
Okay.
This is written in 1992. 飲みの市、ラフが寂しく、日に痛く。飲みの市、ラフが寂しく、日に痛く。And the translation is flea market, nude painting lonely, painful in the sun. Flea market, nude painting lonely, painful in the sun. And this is my very first one.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for that.
Now, the second one, would you like a second one?
Yes.
I don't know if I should or not.
Go ahead.
So Haiku Canada has annual Betty Dvornyuk Award.
Yes.
And I can't remember exactly year, 2005 or 2006. Mine was chosen at the winning haiku. And it goes like this. Soft snow falls on hills, on my roof, on the homeless. Soft snow falls on hills, on my roof, on the homeless. So that is my submission to the Haiku Canada competitions.
And I can see why that is such a great poem. Um, and if for those who are listening and don't know, you do traditionally read haiku twice, right, Kim?
Yes. In Japanese haiku mostly. I think for English too, I think it's just the first read. I think it goes through your head. Then I think if you hear the second time, you appreciate more. I think everybody should do that way.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's my idea.
no, I think you're right about that because often I read at the library at the open mic there monthly when it's running, and people listen, but they don't hear it the first time. And the second time you read it, it goes in and kind of stays. And I like that too. Um, I I didn't prepare anything to read today because when you're up against you, I thought I would just leave mine aside. And that being said, the time has gone by quickly, and I'm glad you came to talk with me today. Thank you for coming, and I look forward.
Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you at, or well, seeing you, but also hearing you read at the Haiku Canada festivities that are coming up in May.
That's right.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. My guest today has been Kimiko Horne of St. Catharines, a haiku poet and my friend.